Soaring, rising very high or increasing rapidly. The cost of electricity has been soaring lately, causing many families to tighten their budgets. Abductors, people who take someone away illegally by force. The police are currently tracking the abductors who were seen fleeing toward the northern border. Amendment, a formal change or addition to a legal document. The school board is discussing an amendment to the dress code policy for the next semester. Terrorizing, creating a feeling of extreme fear in others. A group of wild animals has been terrorizing the local farms and damaging the crops. Allegedly/alleged, claimed to be true, though not yet proven. The suspect allegedly stole the car from the parking lot while the owner was shopping. Propelled, pushed or moved forward with great force. The small boat was propelled across the lake by a powerful outboard motor. Outpost, a small military camp or station in a remote place. The researchers set up a small outpost in the Arctic to study the effects of climate change. Voyage, a long journey involving travel by sea or in space. After years of planning, the crew finally began their historic voyage to the edge of the galaxy. Converged, met or came together at a single point. Thousands of fans converged on the stadium hours before the international concert began. Spacewalks, an activity performed by an astronaut outside a spacecraft. The astronaut had to perform an emergency spacewalk to repair a damaged solar panel. Superstition, a belief in supernatural influences leading to good or bad luck. It is a common superstition that walking under a ladder will bring you bad luck. Sterile, completely clean and free from bacteria or germs. Doctors must keep the operating room completely sterile to prevent any chance of infection. Thrusters, small engines used for steering or adjusting a spacecraft's path. The pilot engaged the back thrusters to help the ship dock safely with the station. Palpable, so intense as to seem almost tangible or able to be felt. There was a palpable sense of relief in the room when the exam results were finally announced. Strait, a narrow passage of water connecting two larger bodies of water. The narrow strait is a vital shipping route for international oil tankers. Oblivion, the state of being completely forgotten or destroyed. The ancient ruins would have fallen into oblivion if the archaeologists hadn't found them. Dismissing, rejecting or refusing to consider an idea or concern. The manager is dismissing all complaints about the new schedule, insisting it will improve efficiency. Militia, a military force made up of ordinary citizens. The town's local militia was organized to protect the residents during the emergency. Constitutionality, the quality of being legal according to a constitution. The High Court is currently reviewing the constitutionality of the new tax law passed last week. Rationale, the logical reasons or basis for a decision or action. The CEO explained the rationale behind the decision to close the smaller branch offices. Exploited, used unfairly for one's own advantage. Many natural resources were exploited without considering the long-term environmental impact. Rallied, gathered together in support of a common cause. The community rallied together to raise money for the local library's renovation project. Expressionless, showing no thoughts or feelings on one's face. Despite the shocking news, he remained expressionless, making it hard to know what he was thinking. Acrid, having a strong, bitter, and unpleasant smell or taste. The acrid smell of smoke from the nearby fire filled the entire neighborhood. Protruding, sticking out from a surface. Watch your step, there is a metal pipe protruding from the side of the old wall. Testifying, giving evidence as a witness in a law court. Several neighbors will be testifying tomorrow about what they saw on the night of the crime. Solemnly, in a serious and formal manner. The new members of the club solemnly promise to follow all the rules and regulations. Airy, A large nest of a bird of prey, like an eagle, built in a high place. The mountain climber spotted an eagle's eyrie high up on the edge of the jagged cliff. Jagged, having rough, sharp, or uneven edges. Be careful not to touch the jagged edges of the broken window. Splatters, small amounts of liquid that have splashed onto a surface. There were small splatters of oil on the floor near the stove after the chef finished cooking. Scalp, the skin on the top of a person's head. He used a special type of shampoo to treat his dry and itchy scalp. Convicted, declared to be guilty of a criminal offense by a court. The man was convicted of robbery and sentenced to 5 years in the state prison. Doused, drenched with liquid, extinguished. The gardener doused the dry plants with plenty of water during the hot afternoon. Cramped, feeling uncomfortably small or tight, referring to a space. The 5 people felt very cramped while traveling in such a small economy car. Replica, an exact copy or model of something. The museum displays a perfect replica of the ancient crown worn by the kings of the past.